Week 8 in the BCFC is in the books, so now it's time to look forward to Week 9. Hi, I'm Adam Cordick, host of Touchdown BC and your weekly host for BCFC game previews. This week in the Nanaimo, the 6-2 Okanagan Sun take on the 3-4-1 VI Raiders. These two teams played back in Week 4, where it was the Sun defeating the Raiders 37-19. We talked with the Sun head coach Ben Macauley and got his thoughts on his team's performance this past weekend in a huge loss against the Saskatoon Hilltops and what he expects in the rematch against the VI Raiders. Coach, this past weekend your team took on the Hilltops at home and lost 58-2. How much was that due to the Hilltops being a superior team or your team just lacking execution?
Well, I think it was a little bit of both. They're a very well-coached team. You see when they execute their system flawlessly that they know they've been doing it for a long time. The guys knew their assignments, and they didn't make errors. That was the big thing that stood out. They didn't make, any mistakes they had were very small and immediately corrected. So, on the converse side of it, we made a lot of errors, and they capitalized on all of them. Anytime you're down by 21 points, we basically handed them their first 3 touchdowns within the first 4 minutes, and pretty tough to crawl out of that hole.
After that big loss, what are you going to be telling your team to pick themselves up? And is this a game you just want to forget about?
Well, there are parts of it we want to forget, and there are parts of it that we want to remember. And, there's a reason we booked this game. We talked about it before. It's tough to look now. It's easy to look now and say, hey, we should have played Valley. We should have gone with that. But, I don't know if we get any better, and I don't know if we get exposed against Valley. The upside is we saw what we need to work on, and we've seen what championship football is like. We haven't seen a team like them to date, and we probably won't again until we get to the national championship, if we can do the job we need to do in between now and then, and beat some pretty good BCFC teams on the way.
Now this weekend you travel to Nanaimo to take on the VI Raiders, a team you beat 37-19 in Week 4. What do you expect in the rematch?
Well, they, as we expected, they've improved every single game, and they played a good game yesterday. We haven't really gotten into the film of that one yet, but I expect them to be a much better team now than we played before. And we're gonna have to improve as well. Guys will be really gut checked right now to see what kind of team we are, how we bounce back after that. But I don't think anybody here is taking Vancouver Island lightly. Records aside, I think it's going to be a tough environment to play regardless, and they're going to have some things prepared for us. They got a chance to make a statement as well before playoffs.
That's head coach of the Okanagan Sun, Ben Macauley. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thanks, Adam.
We also caught up with the head coach of the VI Raiders, Jerome Erdman, and talked to him about his team's tie against the West Shore Rebels this past weekend and his thoughts on his team's upcoming game against the Okanagan Sun. Coach, this past weekend your team played the first-place West Shore Rebels. Your team missed the field goal to win at the end. The game ended in a tie, but you must be happy with your team's performance.
We played well in Langley, the last quarter and a bit, but this is probably our most complete game. So we're making strides. We're still a long ways from getting to where we want to be, but we did get better, yes.
With only 2 games left in the season, your team is guaranteed a playoff spot. Was this the performance you were looking for late in the season? Your defense played well and your offense was clicking.
Yeah, our defense has been playing well for quite a while now, and they maintain that. I thought they did an excellent job against a great running back in Jamel. And the pleasant not surprise, but we were pleased with how our offense played. Our offensive line did a very good job, and our young quarterback, Jake LaBerge, I thought played very, very well. And our receivers were on the same page. So offensively, it was probably our best performance.
Now to this weekend, you play the Okanagan Sun, a team that is coming off a big loss. What do you expect in this game?
I think they'll be a little peeved off. They're going to come in with a little fire in their belly. They're a good, solid football team, very well coached. So we're expecting a very, very tough game.
That is Jerome Erdman, head coach of the VI Raiders. Thanks, Coach. Good luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Great. Thanks very much, Adam.
Well, there you have it. If you are in the Nanaimo area, the game between the Okanagan Sun and the VI Raiders is on Saturday. Kickoff at 2 p.m. at Caledonia Park. For more coverage of the BCFC, follow each team's Twitter account and also the BCFC's Twitter account at BCFC_media. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week, and enjoy the games.